earlier, and both teams, I mean, I guess we could say for both sides, they really haven't found their true identity on the season. I mean, Penn, no, 2 out of 3 on the road. The game at Drexel, we're not even going to talk about that. But, NSU, the Spartans come in, as we see the starters on the screen, look who they played, and all things being equal, they held their own as right now Lebevre, right-hand floater, no joy.
Yeah, one of the key consistencies, especially for Penn, has been their starting five. But as you mentioned, still trying to figure out that rhythm.
Sanaya Caldwell gets a hand to it and races up the floor as we see the Spartan starting five on your screen.
And to be honest, Dan, I think that's just the state of where college sports are in general, that for most teams, the beginning portion of their schedule is about figuring out their identity, their roles, and how they're going to gel together in this season. Since year after year with the transfer portal, there's typically a lot of turnover in terms of changes in roster.
Well, and the one thing that we talked with Coach Jermaine Woods about was the fact that he comes into a program, first-year head coach. Okay, that's always, something to get used to. But 8 transfers came in with it, as the first basket still has yet to fall. 2 of them came from Cotton State, his previous program. And I asked him, I said, how did you organize it? He said, the team definitely has the locker room chemistry among themselves. It's now just trying to find the right chemistry all in all on the floor, which I'll tell you right now, if we get into the new year and they're not there yet, I'll be surprised because of what this team's been doing so far this year. Richardson tees up for a 3. That lips out.
Well, for Norfolk State, when you look at their 3 losses against top 25 programs, you have 2 wins that are against Division II programs, as their coach outlined for us and highlighted. That also makes it tough to figure out that on-court chemistry because every game is a complete swing one direction or the other. I do think, though, you're going to get them learning each other's tendencies.
Katie Collins goes off the window. Speaking of tendencies, to get her first 2 points off the glass.
Well, Tina, GK, and Katie Collins just continue to work so well together. Now, that's 2 that definitely have the chemistry locked in on the same page. High post, low post, they alternate between the 2, always able to feed each other, got great height, awareness, and do a good job, as you saw in that play there.
Spartans trying to go baseline kick up top for Quitting, and she gets the basket. We're level at 2. Early minutes here in the first quarter. Caldwell. Outside, GK tees up for 3.
Hold the follow through, baby. Tina GK, the assist on the last basket, knocks down the 3 on this one. That's quite a way to start the game off for Tina.
GK has a 3 ball from the left. And what one does, the other one turns right around. Shuri Worley gets the triple. And I got a funny feeling this is going to be what expected all night long. Caldwell, right back at you for another triple.
Trading baskets. Honestly, I think what I love about this contest in terms of matchup is that Norfolk State, they look at this as their first real test. But let's be honest, for Penn, they've played some familiar opponents. So this is the first test against someone that you haven't played in over a decade, where you just have to go out X's and O's and just play good basketball versus familiarity of a Philly rival or any other local team you've played often.
Inside right hand, up and under, no good. Foul on the way. Jaysha Clinton, we highlighted in the open season at NSU. Jermaine Woods, and the buzzer sounded. Okay, 8-5 is the score. Penn's got the ball.
That was just a fan screaming. I think your hearing's off a little, Dan.
Okay, I know I'm getting older.
Just kidding, guys.
Okay,
just kidding.
so really, first media timeout, and you put me under the bus? And you say I can't pick on the officials yet?
Oh, man. I'm defending the officials. That was for them.
Simone Sawyer rims one out. S.A. O'Beverly fighting along the line. It goes out of bounds. And it will be Spartan ball. 5:59 left.
As we took a look at Jermaine Woods, it's also interesting. His entire staff is new, too. That's not something you always see. There's typically a lot of turnover with the staff when you bring in a new head coach, but you might have 1 or 2 that remain the same. And I know that something he mentioned was that he really assembled his coaching staff to make sure it's a group that's like family, that can push each other, that can raise the bar, challenge each other. They laugh as well, have fun together, but also know how to handle business.
Nice inside move by Clinton. She gets the right-handed roll off the fingertip and makes this a 1-point contest. And even then, the first question we asked for Coach Woods, new schedule, Sawyer all alone. O'Beverry at the line. Help comes in from the Spartans. They got O'Beverry trapped. GK to the rescue. Right hand off the back of the rim. The putback will go to the line for 2. But we were talking with Coach Woods. The first question we asked him was the schedule, and we understand it. When you have a new coach come in, there's not, there's some uncertainty. The entire schedule, Coach Woods said, no, this is what we picked on, and largely in part because it was difficult to find games. So you can imagine the locker room. Hi, I'm your new coach. We have new players coming in, and we're going to play 3 top-ranked opponents in our first 5 games. I'd have loved to have been a fly on that wall.
I know, absolutely.
But look at how they have responded. Tina GK from the line drops that one down. It's now 10-7.
Well, we also get Ruke O'Beverry subbed in for S.A. O'Beverry, sister substitution. And how about that? The freshman getting the first call and first nod off the bench has continued to ramp up in her role within the Quakers as well.
Richardson in the lane, no joy. And Katie Collins thought about going after it, but got called off.
Yeah, no need to save that one under your opponent's basket. Let it just go out of bounds. Smart decision by Collins on that one.
GK.
A little questionable on that press breaker by the Quakers all around. Some uncertainty. Norfolk State, I think, caught them by surprise, nearly able to force a turnover.
Blocked by Clark. Her 5th of the season. Spartans back the other way in the corner. Clark once again. She finds traffic. GK gets up and goes out of bounds. Quiddy unable to get it going, and we have a timeout on the floor. Quakers up by 3. Come back for more here on ESPN+. Penn would win that one, 79-49. They put up 40 first half points. I had to do a double take when I wasn't used to seeing the halves thing again. And then a couple of Penn alumni named Kiera Ray, Sydney Stepanovich, coming off the bench, both with 18 and 15 respectfully, to lead Penn to their 7th win of the season on what turned out to be a magical year for the red and blue. Left side, Collins get a piece of it, and it goes out of bounds off of Collins.
Essentially, Dan, they've split, and whoever was at home won. Yep. But, of course, as you mentioned, that was January 2014 that they last played. So a lot has changed since then for each of these programs. And so it's a whole new history right now, essentially.
Deep 3, but you know why that game was magical? Because at the end of that year, Mike McLaughlin would put one of his 4 Ivy League banners up in that corner.
That's right.
3 ball on the left. Spartans with the rebound. Here comes Clinton. Clinton, Sawyer, Ruke O'Beverry guarding Worley. Clinton pull up left side off the back of the rim. +1 going in as Quiddy gets the basket and will go to the line.
Well, this is something that Coach Woods has spoken about for the Spartans, ensuring that they're not forcing it and having too quick of a shot. Instead, working the ball around a bit. This was in transition and well done to be able to get that rebound by Bailey for the putback opportunity. They wanted to minimize the scoreless possessions that they have. I still think they could have been they can still be slower at times in their attack, but they want to make sure they're balancing that. Sometimes they're not rushing. They're waiting to be more patient and get a better shot selection, but then crashing the boards to get a rebound if they do miss.
Quiddy gets the shot from the line. We're level at 10, 3:34 to go. GK going up. She gets fouled by Richardson on the way.
Spartans foul is on the floor. A.J. Richardson, their first, team second. GK at the line.
Well done, just working this into the block, into GK. Quick turn. You see how she gets her body set, absorbs the contact, and just trading fouls. On one end, it was just Sierra Bailey, that had the free throws, and now Sierra Bailey with the foul as Tina GK heads to the line.
Tina GK going to the line. You're looking, talking about taking the contact. Watching her pregame with associate head coach Ashley Robinson, going through a very similar practice. And there was part of me that wanted to just call out to Ashley and say, why are you being so light on her? During her playing days on this floor, Yeah, I've seen Coach Robinson, how should we say, have people exercise a moment of pause when they're contacted.
Well, it's warm-ups. I'm sure in their typical practice, there might be a little bit more physicality. You don't want to beat up your own player during warm-ups. It's just to kind of get used to feeling people on
No, she was
you.
really going that light on her. That's why.
As a big, it's more about knowing and expecting the contact. You don't need to replicate the exact game
Kick from the
contact.
outside. 3 is good from Worley. The Philadelphia native gives the Spartans the lead in the first.
Yeah, and she's got a good crowd here, too. Of course, being right here in Philly, you can see the family has shown up to support.
Matea Gale in off the bench. That bounces off the rim a couple times, goes out of bounds. It'll stay in that direction. Quaker ball. Penn 0 for their last 5. They haven't scored in about 4 minutes. Sarah Miller comes in off the bench. Sanaya Caldwell will get a break. Caldwell, 3 points with the triple from the outside. Miller to GK. Subtle. Corner. Sawyer. Too strong. Rebound Spartans, maybe a breakout. Worley's down low. Clinton with it. Miller gets the steal. Sarah Miller. Mo loses it. Great tightrope on the line. Spartans back up the floor. Richardson, right wing. Worley. Top of the rim. Get the rebound is Bailey. Richardson. Deep 3, right side, too much. One thing Coach Woods was talking about, moving the ball from side to side for his team. Mike McLaughlin doesn't like what he sees. He calls timeout with 2:11 left to go. Keeping things here for the 32nd timeout. The visitors are up by 1. Going back to Coach Woods, we were asking him about if they found their identity. And he even said, as you pointed out, tonight's going to be their first real test to find out who they really are. And as we're sitting there, he's talking about the ball movement and going back and forth and trying to get it from left to right on the floor, in addition to north and south, as we take a look at the early season recap that Penn has had so far.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing that Penn's done well is they've been able to attack and win by committee. Katie Collins, Tina GK, Matea Gale, Simone Sawyer, you look at their games so far in their non-conference competition of what they've seen, it's been different players that are stepping up to lead them offensively, and that just comes from sharing the ball, trusting your teammates, and that on-court chemistry. So I do think that's something Penn has had to their benefit so far, that every day it's a different person really leading them, whereas Norfolk State still trying to figure out how they can get that ball movement, the assists, sharing the ball more consistently.
Matea Gale drives and gets stuffed by Bailey. Spartans back the other way with numbers 2-on-1. Spencer. Katie Collins gets in the way as well. All 5 Quakers back, but they leave the wide A.J. Richardson open. She cannot connect.
That's unfortunate. A.J. Richardson didn't finish that. Good ball movement to make the extra pass for the Spartans.
Miller with the ball on the right side. Sawyer. Collins. In traffic and a steal and a run out. Here comes Worley. Worley gets fouled by Sawyer on the way. Again, the Philadelphia product with the family in attendance. Would have loved to have seen her go and get the basket on this play. She has it right here, but then Mo Sawyer just, gets in the way.
And good hustle there by Simone Sawyer to work back, but Penn's got to figure out offensively, especially in their half-court offense, how to settle in. A bit helter-skelter and scrambled at times, forcing some passes that really, like that last pass, Katie Collins, and that turnover, you can't make that a cross-court pass. So just needing to be a bit more clinical and decisive in how they're getting open for each other, the passes that they're making, and not forcing it.
65 seconds left to go. Simone Sawyer drives the lane. She gets fouled on the way up by Worley.
To get your game legs under you, so to speak.
And one thing you were talking about, the chemistry regarding the Spartans, the same thing for Penn. As you look at the starting 5, they sent the same 5 out as they did last game. Caldwell, G.K. Sawyer, O'Bevery, and Collins. Gale coming in off the bench. Brooke Suttle coming in off the bench. She's set to go right now. And Simone Sawyer, thank you very much. I'm going to go over here. She goes and has a much-needed rest with 63 seconds left to go. And much how we said, the Spartans looking for their identity. I don't think Penn's quite there yet. They're shuffling the cards a bit, seeing if they can get the right combo as they work inside right now. Nix down low. Collins right there, but Nix off the window to give the Spartans the lead again.
Yeah, and that's the other part of it. You know the tendencies of what your players can do. It's now figuring out best combinations, who does better off the bench, who works better with who on the court. So just trying to figure out those actual rotations in terms of on-court efficiency. And I think Penn still, for Mike McLaughlin and his staff, still needs or is in the process of trying to figure that part out.
Out of bounds on the Spartans. Penn will have it with a reset of 20 seconds on the shot clock. 35.2 left to go in the first. Spartans with the 1-point lead. Richardson gotten away and sent it out, denying Caldwell. Caldwell for three, back of the rim. Loose ball, shot clock's off. Spartans work up the floor. They can increase the lead. Woo! Coach Woods, familiar with the palestra, as his voice carried throughout this cathedral of college basketball for the last shot.
Well, this is a big moment at the end of this quarter, trying to make sure they run the right offense.
Loose ball off the foot. Caldwell with four. Caldwell, subtle at the buzzer. Penn will go into the break with the slimmest lead. 16-15, exciting.
That identity today in this matchup, guys.
All right, thanks, Gabby. And like we've been saying in that first quarter, both teams working on that, but Gabby took it as rebound off the glass is for the Quakers. But where Gabby took it to as well, the respect for Penn, and you look at things on paper, and I hate using the phrase, the statistical difference and a foul is called. This looks going to be on Genesis Hill.
Spartans foul is on number 14, Genesis Hill.
And that is the call. First foul of the quarter and for the player. But as far as Penn working the rebounds, and you look at Tina GK, got a double-double during the road trip. Maybe another one tonight. Katie Collins got banged a little bit. Taking a little inventory. Once again.
Well, I think for Coach Woods, as we hear him talking to his team, you have to keep in mind, and something he something that he was telling us was this is their first game to really be able to game plan.
Right.
The first time they can actually implement tactics and X's and O's, and you saw that at the end of the first quarter, trying to extend their 1-point lead, but instead the turnover leads to a basket on the other end by Subtle, and so they're excited to have a chance to be in a competitive back and forth end-to-end contest that forces them to have to implement what they work on day in and day out.
And you add the little extra flavor to it of, a couple of games on your road trip, you're in Cameron. You're at the Palestra. History of basketball, although we kind of weren't certain when Coach Wood said that some of the players didn't understand the history in college basketball and the Palestra, so I think they all went on a little walk around the concourse. Put back no joy. Third time, Richardson gets it to go. Spartans the 1-point lead again.
And there's the intensity and excitement you see. I mean, they've been urging to get rebounds and crash the boards to make sure they're not having scoreless possessions.
GK from outside, no good. It lips off the rim, but in the wrong anticipated direction. Matea Gale calling the team back. Backcourt violation. Coach Woods not too happy with it. Katie Collins will inbound right in front of us. Matea Gale. The last two Ivy League Rookies of the Year. Matea Gale pulled up jumper, no good.
And still trying to figure out that rhythm on offense. It's crazy. It's only a 1-point game, and they're very much in this, still scoring, but you just see some of their offensive attempts have been a bit forced. I think Matea Gale off that one could have taken some more time, worked that ball around.
Gale with the ball on the right wing. Tries to work baseline. Rips one over into the corner. Ashinatambi in. No good. Loose ball. Here comes Richardson. A.J. Richardson drives, fakes. Sawyer, thought got a piece of it, but no. Richardson just let it slip out of her hands. Penn ball.
We've seen a couple of those plays by Simone Sawyer. Does a good job just working back defensively in transition to stifle any attempt for Norfolk State to get to the basket. Just well done to not only cause that turnover, but also not foul.
Sawyer drives, travel.
No, that'll get you in the crowd.
That's unfortunate. As I was just complimenting the work she did on the other end to force a turnover to cause a turnover of her own. Bit too quick there on the footwork.
But the last time out for Sawyer, 21 points in the starting role. It was the first start of the season last time. 3 of 4 from outside. Had 9 rebounds. Nice bounce back after the loss of 33rd Street. Inside the lane, GK got a hand to it. And Penn back up the floor. Matea Gale driving the lane. Left side, Tomby looking inside for GK to touch on the outside. Good work by Quetty to get it out.
Well, if you look player for player, these two teams seem very similar. Of course, everything even statistically right now across the board is very similar too in terms of shooting percentage from the field, from the three. Everything has been spot on. So I think that's where you have to find that little X factor that can create some separation.
See what time will tell. GK with the ball, 13 on the shot clock. Collins left side. Back out Tomby. Tomby to the corner. Sawyer drops a 3. Tomby the assist. Sawyer with her 5th point.
Just a good job swinging the ball around the perimeter to find Simone Sawyer, able to have her feet set, catch, shoot, and finish. That's a great job by Penn off of the inbound.
Spartans working left side now. Gaston. Gives right, 3 ball on the way from Hill, no good. Clinton has it back. They'll try it again.
Carmen Quetty with a massive rebound with a trio of Penn players around her.
Nice pass, Clinton, pull up left side, short left. The putback right there, though. Quetty gets 2 more points, and back and forth we go. We're tied at 19.
Quetty again. She just got the rebound before. That's 2 back-to-back rebounds for her. Just well done of getting her body in position to box out and get the inside lane to get the rebound.
Called Matea Gale on the travel, although not certain. Snyder Caldwell comes back into the game.
23 S.A.O. Bevere.
S.A.O. Bevere. Working up front court left. Spartans with it. Worley. Now trying to go down low with plenty of time, but couldn't get it to go. Quetty had all the room in the world. Caldwell from the elbow.
I think that even surprised her how open she was, that she was ready for contact and none came.
Right side, Caldwell, no joy. Clinton. Drive the rack. Simone Sawyer got in the way and gets called for the foul before shooting. Yes, no. They are going to send Clinton to the line. Cynthia Doe kind of gave a signal that it was before the shot, waving things off.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like it was on the shot, though.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but when she waves things off like that, that's there's that screech. I hope that person is all right.
That sounded like a buzzer to you before. I'm glad
did.
you got to hear it again.
Well, I mean, come on. We all know the acoustics here on the Palestra as she goes 1 for 2 from the line.
I'll have to find the person and ID them.
I think our production crew may have identified the person. Sawyer. S.A. O'Bevere back into the game. 17 to shoot. O'Bevere. Sawyer, not much there. Bevere in the corner. Now a little bit more. Bevere drives to the rack but can't get it to go. Nice work. Better rebound by the visitors. And here come the Spartans. Clinton looks to the bench to get a play. 5:15 left to go.
We've seen good shot selection on both sides for the most part. Just haven't been able to get them to fall.
From the top of the key. That one back of the rim. Oh, loose ball. Not paying attention. Clinton back to the lane, but no. Tina GK takes that one. And Caldwell will bring it up the floor.
Jasia Clinton off the steal, just a bit too heavy off the glass on that one. And as soon as she got that ball, was immediately accelerating towards the basket, just unable to finish. But that's been the MO right now on both ends, honestly.
I mean, can we check
We've been in a scoreless drought.
Everybody's not. Penn won of their last 7 in a scoring drought. Live stat says only 241. I beg to differ. Inside now, good work. Drive, no good for the finish. So both teams, they're getting the delivery, they're getting the presentation. They just can't get the final act of that equation. Caldwell, though. Backpedals with 16. Katie Collins sets up a screen. Left side, Sawyer. Sawyer against Clinton. Back to Caldwell with 6. Caldwell's going to drive the lane, right side kick. GK down low. Off the window for 2.
That's the first basket we've seen in this game in almost 2 minutes. The last one was Jasia Clinton's free throw that she made that we were talking about. So it's been quite some time that we've seen, and breaks about a 3-minute scoring drought for the Quakers.
Worley, kick up top. High 2, no good. Worley, the rebound, goes in the corner, and a foul is called. And it's going to be on Penn, on S.A. Bevere. 3:36. Timeout on the floor.
The broadcast of that one, too, is crazy. Very similar to this one, too, in terms of being back and forth. I mean, so far the largest lead by either team, just 3 points.
And a block by KC. Denied. Rejected even. Take a look at it.
Well done by Katie.
The spacing.
Absolutely. Katie Collins just uses all bit of her frame to stand tall. No foul there. Just a very heads-up play.
But the Spartans not to be denied. Puts another basket in. They have the 1-point lead. Matea Gale back in. Gale pull-up jumper left side. Back of the rim, no. Worley the board. Spartans up the floor.
Well, something I've noticed, Dan, for both these teams, it has been such an up-tempo, intense game, very back and forth so far, and it's led to them kind of rushing a bit in terms of their shots, not getting their feet set, but also even some turnovers that I think are a bit uncharacteristic from the pressure. And instead, you want to play quick, but make sure you're settling into a groove, stepping into your shot.
Down low, Gabrielle Kelly with a nice left hand.
Gabrielle Kelly, the 7th sub for the Quakers so far this game, as Mike McLaughlin continues rotating them. First touch of the game, in stride, on the run, in transition, and into off the glass to score.
Coach Woods calling to his team. Can't get that. The second opportunity. Richardson fakes a 3, drives, runs into all kinds of Quakers like I-76 traffic, and gets called for the foul.
That was triggering, but it's very accurate.
At least I didn't say the Vine. It would have been more the Vine Expressway. It's in the lane.
And much like I-76, very unexpected, chaotic, scrambling from all over the place. Yeah, absolutely. It didn't really make sense there, but bodies hit the ground and does lead to a foul. Fortunately, everybody is up and okay.
I-76 say about Broad Street going to the sports complex, going for a game? Close enough.
If you don't know, you are lucky.
Bless you. we actually are envious. Right-hand drive. Gabrielle Kelly gets the hand up. A foul on the Spartans, and we're going to go the other way. Coach Woods, question.
That's another example of a good shot opportunity, just great selection, but unfortunately just unable to get it to fall. I think those are the types of plays for both these teams you'll be able to look at that as the season wears on, some of these shots that are a bit rushed will start to fall.
Looking for Matea Gale down low. Looks like Clinton might have gotten a piece of it or a foul. That's her first foul. 14th foul for the Spartans. Coach Woods questioning Kevin Farlow on the far side. Kevin Farlow, nope, not having any other coach, but here it is. Inside pass, not paying attention in front of us. Gabrielle Kelly had no choice but the backcourt violation. So can't catch. You can catch it in the backcourt because nobody touched it. So it'll be Penn. So Simone Sawyer's going to inbound it in front of us. Okay, so now I see it. Carlos Ortega said that it was touched by a Spartan. And that's why it got away from everybody. Ergo, out of bounds on the Spartans right here in front of us.
Absolutely.
I think.
Let's go with that. That sounded definitive.
That sounded the most logical. We're going to go with that. Is anybody else going to go with this? I mean, what do we
I'm all for it. I support that,
here we go.
Dan. Well done. Good job, official Dan.
Yeah, no. Did you imagine me as an official in these times? No. Tried Little League umpiring in baseball once. Oh, off the foot. Matea Gale gets there on the floor. Shot clock violation. Matea Gale could not control it enough to get it.
It's unfortunate. The Quakers had a good offense there off the inbound. We're doing a great job of just moving, getting open, losing their defender, cutting and slashing hard. It's unfortunate that turnover happens.
LSU now top of the key. Rattles the rim and finds its way home. Lear Nix gets the Spartans the 1-point lead. Matea Gale, 67 seconds left to go. Sawyer, GK, why not? 3, short.
Well, this is
Simone
important.
Sawyer,
Much like
rebound, Clinton.
And much like the end of the first quarter, another opportunity in the final seconds of this quarter and of this half that the ball's in the hand of the Spartans first to see how they can go into the break. You want to make sure with all the turnovers and chaos we've seen so far this half, you're having a good final possession of this half.
Clark trying to do battle. Right side, oh! Penn bench gets out of the way. Great hands by A.J. Richardson. 5 to shoot. Richardson for 3, short. Goes to the right side. Penn will have it about a second and change difference between the game and the shot clock. Gale, right side. KC, 3, have it!
Well, you can see on Richardson's release on the one end that it was going to be short. On Katie Collins on the other end, got herself set in as she was running the floor in transition, able to catch and shoot. Well done, just in rhythm, very fluid there for Katie Collins to finish the 3.
Her 5th point gives Penn the 2-point lead. And a foul, Matea Gale.
And foul is on number 22, Matea Gale, her second.
Just to disrupt things. 5.5 left to go.
And number 2, Rose Sutton back in. On with number 33,
Gabrielle Kelly comes in. Brooke Suttle.
I don't know if that sub was I don't know if that foul was to allow Penn to make a substitution, as Matea Gale makes the foul right in front of the bench, and then subs happen right away.
Clinton, deep 3 at the buzzer, top of the rim. Simone Sawyer will just hold on to it. Penn goes to the break.
At this rate, 12, I'm going to guess that we're going to be around 30, because I think the second half's going to bring even more back and forth intensity, especially as we get down the wire here. That's my final guess.
Renee gives 30. I'm going to go a little under. Katie Collins' shot does not hit anything except the floor. Spartans back the other way. Simone Sawyer gets a hand to it. Loose ball. She's rolling through. The jump ball, though, favors the Spartans. So good work by Mo Sawyer to just tie things up, make things interesting like we needed then.
How about that start? I mean, we're less than 30 seconds into the second half, and already we're getting a jump ball. We're getting players quick to get to the floor for the loose ball opportunity and forcing that jump ball. So that's something, that intensity that both coaches have to be thrilled about after this game. You just have to clean up the mistakes like that one that you see there. When you're playing so quick and high tempo, it does sometimes directly translate to turnovers, and you have to find a way to balance the two to take care of the ball.
Jasa Clinton rolled one off her sneaker. Penn gets the benefit of the inbound. GK top of the arc. Matea Gale. KC inside. Projected a little bit too much. Quiddy gets the steal. Richardson to the left wing for Clinton.
Well, Carmen Queddy was already face guarding there for Tina GK, and then they already had a helper on the backside ready to double team. So even a little bit of a change there defensively. We didn't see as much help defense in the paint in the first half for Norfolk State as we saw in that initial play.
Richardson in the corner with 7. Deep 3 from the left. Rattles the rim. GK, part of the rebound. Sawyer gives it to Matea Gale.
Rebounding. Such a key for this game right now.
Caldwell. Collins. Gale in the wing with 15. Gale not finding anything. Nice backdoor. Twice. GK. Basket. One more to come.
Well done by the Quakers. What I like most about this is just how quick and decisive it was. From Matea Gale to Simone Sawyer to Tina GK for the and one opportunity. No wasted dribbles, no wasted time. Just continuously moving the ball around the Spartans and not giving them a chance to reset their defense.
GK 11 points before going to the line here. And she gets it to go. 12 points for GK, a 5-point lead for the Quakers. Early going third quarter here at the Palestra. Non-conference action. Thank you for joining us. Clark, Clinton. Kick to the corner. Caldwell got a piece of it. Matea Gale across the line. Matea Gale works her way through. Down low. Katie Collins off the window. 4-2. And Coach Jermaine Woods calls time. And we got a timeout on the floor. Penn opening things up. 31-24. Come back. More action to come. Live from the Palestra on ESPN+. There hasn't been many. I mean, you look at the scores per quarter. Right now, Penn on a 5-0 run.
Yeah, and if this continues, we won't have nearly as many lead changes, and you'll be correct with the under on how many total we'll end up with in this game. Penn just bringing quicker ball movement, not allowing Norfolk State time to shift and get their help defense set up, but instead just quickly working the ball around has been a difference maker.
Worley down low, runs into all kinds of traffic. The foul's called probably on Tina GK, and that is the case.
And fouls on number 10, Tina GK, your second, the team's first.
Second foul. First for the team in the quarter. Sheree Worley, once again, the Philadelphia native. Gets one to go in. And Penn will bring the ball back up. 31-26 the score. Sawyer, Matea Gale. Katie Collins. Thought she messed up, but Caldwell got the pass. KC from the left side. GK from up top. Sawyer, baseline, drive, right hand. Gets a nice roll and 2 more points.
Simone Sawyer just rips through, able to get baseline. Nicely done by Simone to be able to attack the basket. You love the aggression there and just how she put her head down and went to the basket. No hesitation, no doubts about it.
7 points for Sawyer, 33-26 to score. Spartans, a little bit of confusion here. Clinton with the ball with 5. Now 2. She's got to move. Deep 3. And drops it right at the shot clock buzzer. How do you like that?
Well, Jasia Clinton, I figured out as the game went on. I was trying to figure out how I knew her. I've seen her play when she played at Temple, and she has the ability to absolutely put the team on her back. That's something Coach Woods talked about as well. How much just runs through her and her ability to make plays. Such a champion, such a winner, such a hardworking player, but she just reads the game and anticipates so well. And even with that one, as the shot clock was winding down, made that look kind of easy.
Loose ball on the floor. Sawyer. Arrow's going to jump. Favor. Penn ball. So the hustle we saw earlier translates back to the other end of the floor. Penn this time benefits the arrow.
Both teams do a good job of quickly hitting the deck for loose balls and hustling so well. Makes it tough. They're very scrappy, hardworking.
Matea Gale with 6. Running out of options, running out of room. Loose ball. Here comes Clinton to the rack. Off the glass. And the Spartans are within 2. Mike McLaughlin calls timeout. 6:01 left to go in the third quarter.
30-second timeout.
And we'll keep things here with a quick 30-second timeout. Back and forth it goes. Let's take a look at that one more time. Matea Gale just ran out of options.
Well,
Jason Clinton takes care of business.
And the double team's been there. You look here as Matea Gale's trying to slice and dice through the Spartans. It's Jason Clinton that steps in for the double team. They've been doing that pretty consistently, especially the second half, of doing a good job of double teaming, swarming, and making sure that Quakers don't have any options to break that pressure. And it just leads to Clinton able to get the fast break points on the other end. But that defensive swarming green that we're seeing from the Spartans, if they continue with that, that's tough to break.
And looking over at Coach Woods, he was saying something to the umpire, Carlos Ortega. And at first I wasn't sure what was going on, but Kevin Farlow seemed to got a giggle out of it. So I would imagine that Coach Woods was correct in his presentation. What that is, I do not know.
Well, initially this was a 30-second timeout, and it feels like it's been
Now it's a 60-second timeout?
upgraded, actually. This is, I mean, listen, I'm not counting the seconds, but it does feel like we've upgraded as also the team sat down and the way the coaches are talking.
Okay. Anyway, we're still here, obviously. We'll reset the stage. 6:01 left to go in the third quarter. 33-31 favor of Penn. For the Spartans continuing on this road trip, and again, having to go 3 out of your first 5 games against nationally ranked opponents. And for the Quakers, they won 2 out of their 3 games on the road, but on the shortest road trip in NCAA history, where you literally crossed 33rd Street to the DAC at Drexel University, that second quarter was a disaster. 1 point scored. I did not dare talk to the coach about that one. I just figured, yep, we're going to leave that right where it is.
Yeah, this is that time of the year in the non-conference slate where you're either learning or you're winning. You're never losing, truly, and there's a lot to learn from a game like that when you just have a very lackluster, underperforming second half. And so you do enjoy.
Once again,
yikes.
Clinton, the steal to the drive, to the rack for 2 more. We're tied.
Deja vu. Now, that's exactly how they got the steal that led to the timeout. Penn has to do a better job of breaking the pressure.
3 times in a row. Clark to the rack. The basket and 1 to come. The Spartans are on top, playing Penn's game.
Well, I'd written down that the Spartans are playing a great swarming, high-pressure defense, and they've taken it up a notch and made it a full-court press. Penn has no answers for how they can break this full-court pressure, because that's 3 straight turnovers that looked exactly the same. Dribbling into a double team, dribbling into the trap, turnover, basket the other way. But we know how you break that trap. You can't dribble into it in the first place. Get the ball moving, get them sliding side to side.
And I think we now have a timeout review. So, okay, Cynthia Doe's coming over to explain to us what's going on. Okay, checking to see anything unnecessary on the play itself. So we have an official's timeout. Penn, we're on
there. Listen, officials took their time to make sure they got this one right. I don't know if I fully agree with it, but also want to make sure they're keeping this game under control, and making that a flagrant one, in my opinion, does set the tone for that, Dan.
And the only thing you can ask of any officiating crew, just be consistent.
Yes.
Right, wrong, or indifferent, and that's, you and I could talk for hours on that, but still, just be consistent. And at present, this referee crew has been consistent with their play calling. And Spartans have the ball. Clinton drives, no good. The putback, and once again, Quetty gets the second chance point And just like that, the Spartans have opened up a 6-point lead.
Absolutely. And it's just been a number of mistakes for Penn that they haven't been able to recover from. Hoping this half-court offense can give them a chance to reset a bit.
Sawyer fakes, drives, right hand. Can't get it to go, but she'll go to the line. Jason Clinton pleading her case. The hands are straight up. Carmen Quetty gets her second foul.
Well, it was a scrambled attempt to be able to finally break through the Spartans' pressure and then able to get to Simone Sawyer. When she puts the ball on the floor and immediately gets off the dribble to attack in the basket, she's got so much speed and so much strength in getting to the rim. It's a lot to defend. And we've seen her a number of times able to draw fouls through the way she attacks the rim.
Out of bounds. Oh. Okay, did go out of bounds on the Spartans. But Farlow
Thankfully, she is okay.
pointed in the opposite direction. Well, historically, it wouldn't be the first time somebody went flying into the seats around here. You know, we've seen that on many rosters of this Penn team. Katie Collins can't get the angle she wants. Spartans back up the floor. Here comes Clinton. Jason Clinton drops. Clark, pull-up jumper, no. Abby Sharp in the game. Gets the rebound, and Caldwell brings it across the logo. 4:43 and counting. Kelly Sharp. Collins, head fake, inside. Caldwell, three, drops it.
That's a much better possession by the Quakers. You look at their half-court offense there, just screens off the ball, able to open up for passing options, and then the quick ability to be able to find Caldwell to sink that three. Just much like we talked about before, when they are playing at their best, sometimes it's when they're just moving the ball, not thinking, not over dribbling, definitely not working into traps, but working the ball around the perimeter to open up options.
That got tipped a little bit. Penn comes down with it. Caldwell front court left. Caldwell winds up taking some inventory. Spartans wind up with the ball. Spartans down low. Can't connect to Clinton on the back door to get an easy layup. And it goes out of bounds. It'll be Penn ball down by 2. Taya Gale comes back in. Simone Sawyer. Sawyer has definitely done her bit tonight. 8 points, 3-pointer included. Caldwell across the line. Here comes that double again. Gale.
This is it. You have to keep the ball moving, though, for Penn.
Mattea Gale on the right elbow with 10. She drives baseline. Kicks corner. Sharp from the corner. Nope. Too much on it. Worley. Clinton. Coach Woods directing the play. Clark, top of the arc with 15. Drives right side lane. Foul called against the Spartans.
I believe that was against.
Is that against Clark?
No, it is Carmen Quetty here as she was setting the screen. You look here, not set. I thought they might have gotten that. Doesn't fully set the screen to begin with, actually. Just kind of goes in and then rolls. So I will say, to your point about officials being consistent, we saw the flagrant foul as that was not a play on the ball. We saw here the offensive on the moving screen. They are very consistent in paying attention in little details.
Caldwell with the ball for the Quakers. Collins inside. Taya Gale. Gale, nothing. Kelly left. No. Loose ball. Working around. And from the hustle, it goes out of bounds. It'll be Spartans ball.
Definitely making it difficult for Penn to have clean looks. Even on that play there as Mattea Gale slashes to the basket. Had a sea of green in front of her. 3 different players that were ready, hands straight up to defend and closing out. They've been very disciplined defensively for the Spartans of double teaming, swarming, but also making sure they're not overly reaching and playing too aggressive on defense. Just forcing turnovers.
Clark inside the paint. Gabrielle Kelly got caught with her hands in the cookie jar.
And fouls on number 33,
Gabriella Kelly with contact on the back. You're going to get called for that every single time. Can't do that, Gabriella.
Twice on Sundays. Or midday games, whichever you want to call it. Spartans with the ball, up by 2, 2:25 left to go as Clark sends to Nix. Nix inside Bailey. Bailey drives off the window and gets 2 more points for the green and gold.
Sierra Bailey just going to work in the low post, uses her body. Strong move to the basket. Lays it in for 2.
The native of Bristol, PA, gives the Spartans a 4-point lead. Katie Collins going to try to work the left side. Kelly from the left wing, no good. Sharpness timed her jump with just a touch. And a foul gets called on Clinton. That's her 3rd foul. So now we're going to get to another part of the game as we start getting ready for the 4th quarter. Got to start looking at the fouls.
Yes, that is absolutely something that could be a game changer as Jasia Clinton, the leading scorer for this team with her 3 fouls.
And Abby Sharp. You want to talk about somebody that is willing to do whatever is necessary for the cause. That is a woman right there that will do whatever is necessary. She takes the foul here. She'll go to the line. Do believe we're at an opera.
Well, no real foul trouble too much as of now, but just keep an eye on Clinton and also on Carmen Quetty for the Spartans, both sitting with 3 fouls currently. A couple of Quakers, actually a trio of Quakers with 2 fouls, including Tina GK and Matea Gale. So we'll see if that is a factor at all down the stretch. We've been seeing, I think, a good balance in terms of substitutions, nothing too crazy in terms of fouls. That's just keeping them rotating well.
And also, as we get into the 4th frame, you want to try to keep things fresh as much as possible. So the substitutions are definitely going to be in abundance. Clark, pull up for 3, no. Sharp the rebound. Ball was touched. Ball was touched by the Spartans, number 7, Sheree Worley, pleading her case that she wasn't the last one to touch it.
Well, Sheree Worley's been all over. We've said her name pretty often. The Philly native has been very active, especially with just disrupting, whether it's on the glass and helping with rebounding or forcing turnovers, getting a touch here and there. With a hustle and just ability to just be a worker for the Spartans.
Sawyer kicks outside GK. GK to Collins with 3. Collins drives, running out of time. Can't get it off. Shot clock violation. 2 in this quarter.
Unfortunate. Another time for Penn as Katie Collins dribbled into the double team, had no option. Shot clock expiring. And as I mentioned earlier, the Spartans continue being very disciplined on defense to not foul there, hands straight up, and just force the shot clock violation. We've seen this time and time again, though, Dan. It's been very consistent. Just haven't seen Penn able to truly consistently adjust.
Under a minute to go. NSU up by 2. Penn with the ball. 11 and change, a difference between the clocks on the backboard. Caldwell. Sharp in front of the bench. And a foul called on Clinton. Oh. Worley gets called for the foul. That's her second. Thought it was on Clinton at first.
Much different for the Spartans, as we were just talking about. Clinton with 3 fouls currently, so just a second for Worley. And that was a good opportunity as you look at that play. It was Katie Collins just curling around, and as she does so, forces and draws the foul, as Worley didn't really have a lane to truly step in and defend her. It was either Collins getting an open look to the basket or Worley picking up the foul. So a good offense that we see there by the Quakers, and just the movement and off-ball screens.
Collins free throws, gives her 9 points on the night. A tie ball game here as we get ready to close out the third. 15 seconds left to go. Spartans with the ball. Shot clock's off. Clinton getting the direction from Coach Woods. The Penn band Still can't tell time. And the foul is called on Sanaya Caldwell.
And foul is on number 4.
I've seen that work sometimes. A team,
Every-
especially early in the game, that hasn't been here as often.
Every
gets
once in
thrown
a
off.
while, they can get you to double check your clock.
Yes.
Every once in a while. And then usually by about the 4th or 5th time, oh, out of bounds.
Worley just kind of froze a bit after inbounding the ball, never stepped in. That's a few times. If you're Coach Jermaine Woods and the Spartans, you're looking at this game back multiple times at the end of each quarter that they've had the ball, turned it over, and gave Penn the ball back in the final seconds. Those are those types of little things you can fix and correct, but need to be better.
I don't think I want to be in film with Coach Woods. Penn with the ball, under 2 seconds. Matea Gale drives right hand at the buzzer. I don't think they got it. They're counting it. They're going to double check. I think in real time she doesn't get it. But right now it is 43-41.
Now they're going to take a look at this, but if you look at our replay,
yeah, but you can't see
from
when the
that
buzzer.
angle,
Yeah.
correct. We have this
Bottom 5, he beat at Coppin State, and they didn't want to play him. So he said it was difficult to find teams. So I asked him, how did you, after playing these teams, what did you learn from these teams? And he said, we have to move the ball around more. We can't just take the good shot. We got to take the great shot. And sometimes that means moving the ball, guys.
The ball indeed. Gabby, thank you very much. As the first foul is called against Matea Gale. Matea Gale pleading her case, but she's still going to put A.J. Richardson to the line. Richardson's right hand, no good. And, oh, by the way, I called it right. No basket at the end of the third quarter.
Well, the basket that Matea Gale would have scored was called off, but this foul was definitely not called off. If you take a look back at that play, clearly a foul.
Now he's
But I will say it does feel like Penn is struggling to maintain a rhythm. They've had some streaky moments where we've seen really good looks, and then it kind of has dropped off, and they haven't been able to find that same rhythm and momentum. Exactly. And at times, they get back into throwing the ball away, over dribbling into traps. So need to figure out in this fourth quarter, can they maintain that consistency with their movement?
Abby Sharp has the ball on the right wing with 10. She's going to move baseline. Curls off. Nah, not much there. Collins up top. Had to go back for it. 3 seconds left. Matea Gale, fake, long 2. Got the shot off the rim. Now it's up to whoever can get it, and that's the Spartans. Sanaya Caldwell set to come back in for Penn.
Well, Norfolk State has been taking their time more, as Coach talked about and Gabby hit on. Typically they were getting a shot off in the first 5 or 6 seconds, but that time no shot because of the turnover. That's insane.
Abby Sharp with the Simone Sawyer right side. 3 ball for the lead.
Another lead change. Simone Sawyer, ice in her veins. As you talked about even earlier in this broadcast, a tremendous showing for Simone in her last game. It's carried over today. She's been really consistent, one of the consistent players for Penn in terms of her always the effort, but also with her 11 points. We're seeing her do a tremendous job of just finishing.
Down low for Clark, high off the window, no. Foul called against Collins. No. Tina GK. Third foul for GK as we take another look at it. There it is.
Well, now we do have a few Quakers that have 3 fouls. Matea Gale and Tina GK both sitting with 3 fouls. So we talked about will fouls be an issue.
Gale comes
It could
off.
be.
GK still sitting on the low post. 2 shots coming up for the Spartans. First one off the back of the rim. Spartans will get ready. Second one bounces in, but as
Looks like it was a violation.
late violation. Penn still has the lead, 44-43. I think somebody stepped just a little too soon. Caldwell will come around the Penn shield to get around this double.
There's the double. You could see Jasia Clinton.
Ball called. Penn's got it.
You could see as Sanaya Caldwell was dribbling towards us that Jasia Clinton, who actually got hurt on that play, she's bouncing around trying to run it off. She was coming up behind Caldwell, ready for the double. So as soon as Caldwell spun, she spun right into that. We have seen this many times. I feel like a broken record at this point, Dan.
Oh,
but
yeah, but still.
just the blind spots of a player stepping in into your double team. Your teammates have to yell that out. Double's coming. Say something so that you're aware of that double team.
Sharp at the ball. Off to the right side. Pull-up jumper right side. Matea Gale, nice and smooth to the bottom of the net. Penn's lead is 3.
That's a nice, smooth offensive possession for the Quakers, with Matea Gale finishing it off.
3 ball on the way. Missed. Clark unable to connect on it. A little frustration.
I believe Abby Sharp actually got a touch on that.
Oh, she
The
did.
officials say there was a tip there. I believe it was on the shot. As you take a look at this again, Sharp does a good job working around the screen.
I can't see it on that angle.
Well, since it was given to the Spartans.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only
that's
thing.
the only time that Penn would have touched it, but it was hard to see from that angle. Officials saw something different than us.
Well, we always say they got one view, we got high definition cameras with another one. This time they were right. Clark at the buzzer. That gets a shot clock violation, as I think Katie Collins got a piece of it.
Well, Clark made sure to run it back this time, so we can clearly see the block on that second attempt by Clark. So that was kind of debris of Clark, I guess.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Matea Gale comes off the line. Woo. Even Kevin Farlow carried, lost it a little bit, nonetheless Spartan ball. 7:05 left to go. Penn up by 3 here in the fourth quarter. Down low, Matea Gale got a piece of it. A little chaos. Clark trying to go against Gale. Gale got her hand in and gets called for the foul.
Oh, that's
That
trouble.
That's her 4th. Team's third, and I don't know about that one. S.A. O'Beverey, Matea Gale will come out and have a seat.
Well, S.A. O'Beverey hasn't been in this game in a very long time, since the opening minutes.
And then changed out with her
Sorry, it's
sister.
Ruke. Yes. It's not S.A., it's Ruke O'Beverey, who also actually hasn't been in.
Ruke's on the floor right now.
Yes, Ruke hasn't been in the game, though.
Caldwell fakes, right hand! Gets the basket and one to come.
With an oh.
I'd have fallen flat right in the first row. 5:40 left to go.
I feel like you would have done better than that.
Okay, I'd have taken out the first 2 rows. Off to the right side, lips out, Penn with the rebound. Ruke O'Beverey gets the board. Caldwell across the line. Collins on the right wing. Caldwell again directing traffic. Ruke O'Beverey drives, right hand, chucks it up. Side of Kelly. Yeah, I can't get the putback.
Back-to-back misses on layups. Those are ones you can't be. You're strong and ready for the contact, but it can't be strong off the glass. Have to be soft on the finish.
But that first one, though, if that had gone in, I probably would have gone nuts.
Well, Ruke O'Beverey was the first substitution in the game for Penn.
Yes.
And we haven't seen her since.
Okay.
So coming back in the game, now she's headed out for her sister, so never mind.
I mean, I think they listen to us.
I
say
feel-
it happens.
I feel we're just anticipating very well, because we may or may not have called and played in a game or two of our own.
Oh, I can tell you right now, I can call a good game of basketball. I can't play one. No.
I was a baller.
I know you were. I know you were. I have firsthand knowledge of that. That's how long I've been around. Wow. Okay, Penn with a KC. Up top. Nope, off the mark. Loose ball in the lane. Spartans come up with it.
Look at the scuffle and the hustle by both teams there to get that rebound. You have to make sure in this final 4.5 minutes you're boxing out. You're doing all the little things. You're not fouling. You're taking care of the ball, because it is such a back-and-forth game that the small mistakes will really make a difference down the stretch.
And even then,
Oh,
that one goes out of bounds.
Wow, again, though.
This,
We're predicting what's going to happen, it feels like.
I don't know. We'll tell you more when we come back from the break. Penn's on top.
Katie Collins able to run the floor, get the block. Jasia Clinton out one-on-one, mano-y-mano, and we just see a great job by Katie Collins standing strong and tall, not fouling, and getting the block.
Clinton once again with the ball, top of the arc, gives to Worley. 18 on the shot clock. They exchange again. Clinton. 10. Clinton inside, down low, and Caldwell got a piece of that. Penn back the other way. Here comes Gale. Matea Gale drives the lane, right hand off the window. 14.
Nicely done by Matea Gale, able to just get out in transition and work her way through the Spartans defense. Strong move to the basket by Gale.
Worley with the ball, top of the arc, left side. Loose ball. Collins comes away with it. Matea Gale on the breakout. Long pass. Sawyer down low key. Woo! And flying in from the Vine Street Expressway was Carmen Quetty.
Carmen Quetty out of nowhere able to just stop that sequence. That's a really big play when you look at this. Matea Gale just scored the previous play. Now Simone trying to find, yes, I know, as Simone Sawyer's trying to find Tina GK to make it back-to-back baskets. Huge to get that stop.
GK, Gale with a head fake back pedal, 18 on the shot clock, plenty of time. Comes back to the front court. Goes to her right, screen off of Collins. Matea Gale's got a little bit of room. Right hand floater. Nope.
Ooh, not sure how that one did not go in. Unfair by the rim as that one rolled in and out for Matea Gale.
51-46 the score. 2:38 left to go in the fourth. Clark. Kicks right side. Worley. Oh, back of the iron. Line looked good from here. Deep three. Also short. Penn the rebound.
I like the Spartans on that possession, just forcing it a little bit. Not really ready to shoot. Not ready to shoot, though. If you're going to shoot, get your feet set, step into your shot, knock it down. But both a little bit short on their shot.
Yeah, I think I'm going to speak for Coach Woods on this one just a touch. Nice idea, better shot could have been had.
Well, you can't hesitate. If you're going to take the shot, go on and take it. Be ready to shoot.
So Penn's going to take a full 60-second timeout. 51-46 is the score with 2:09 left. And the Penn Band, the Imperial March from Star Wars.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I also want to give a shout out to West Powelton Steppers and Drum Squad. At halftime, they gave us a great performance. That group, as they say on their shirts, living legend since 1991.
Oh, West Powelton. I believe it was, but we've seen them all throughout. But 2:09 left to go in an exciting game here at the Palestra. Penn on top, 51-46. And, and a nice shot. Deep two by Matea Gale. 1:55 left.
Matea Gale has been cooking this fourth quarter. Much better just production and big. It's not only the amount of points, but the timeliness of her points, too.
And Norfolk State will take a 60-second timeout as we kind of reset a little few things here. Let's take a look at Matea Gale. She makes the room, feet on the line, deep two, knocks it down. That's all that matters. Putting scratches to the board on the Henry Kell Yang Class of 72 and Family scoreboard here at the Palestra, giving Penn a 53-46 lead. As we take a look at the NSU bench, and you look at some of the numbers, Spartans 0 of 5, 3 turnovers in the last 4.5 minutes, scoring drought for over
At
4.5. Yes.
Mm-hmm. During that time, it's been the turnovers that have led to the Spartans scoring drought, and they've been focusing so much on ball movement, taking care of the ball, and there you see it directly hurting them that they're not doing that.
And here's where I say, as far as Coach Woods will probably say something to the effect of, a better shot. Take that extra half second.
Yes.
You've heard it throughout your playing career. I've seen it throughout my broadcasting career. Take one more second, one extra step. I will say this right now. I mean, Norfolk State University, I am really liking what I'm seeing from these Spartans. This will be a team that, as you know, we go along through the season, I'm going to stick my head into it and see what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is a team looking for their 4th conference championship, and it's a whole new look to this group. That's a crazy thing to have a whole new coaching staff and a
Yes.
lot of new with those 8 transfers, and you're trying to get back to being a championship team. The bar is so high for them. So I think that's also why Coach Woods is so big on pushing them and building that culture and the tactics that they want to see on both ends of the floor.
And ladies, if you're from Norfolk State, you're watching this, you visit Philadelphia again, do not go to Outback. There's so much more the city has to offer. Please. Coach Woods told us that in pregame.
Yes.
We about fell over.
Reading
90
Terminal
seconds
Market,
left. Reading Terminal Market, yes.
Although cheesesteaks aren't great before a game, but after, definitely.
Definitely not before. Matea Gale, right side, running out. What she do? She traveled.
Matea Gale, all 6 of her points have come in this fourth quarter in pretty close succession as well, that she's been knocking down shots. Unfortunately, just ran out of real estate there. No real options for Penn. They have to continue moving for each other with those off-ball screens, cutting to find quicker options.
Ashley Robinson just saw her telling the Penn bench, get into it, get vocal.
They do need to talk more. It does feel like it's a very quiet group, and there's been times that players are going into double teams and different things. If you just talk to each other, you can figure it out quicker.
Coach Woods calls time out right before going out of bounds, and when he turned around, that's what it said, I mean in big text. It said, behold. And I got whoa, great work. Down low, left hand,
Wow.
hey.
And that is why
those 2 points.
That is why Coach Woods said the game has to go through Jasia Clinton. She makes plays happen, forces that steal, just rips it out of Simone Sawyer's hands, and then easily able to set up her teammate in Sierra Bailey. And so many timeouts we've gotten right now.
Yeah, we're all over the place here.
Look at that, off the
that's
rebound.
Just hustle. That's pure hustle.
Yeah.
You can't teach that.
Hustle and out muscle.
Because you know what? I mean, as far as for Penn, this is going to be a benefit because guess who's coming over next? Big 5 action. St. Joseph's going to come to call.
I love that you whisper it to me. You like lean and whisper and add the suspense.
Method acting. It's a gift.
But you're right. It doesn't get any easier from here. It only gets harder when you look at the rest of their schedule. Big 5 games, Ivy League games, it only gets more difficult. And right now, they have been doing a good job. As you see that stat on your screen of Norfolk State with just 2 points in the last 5.5 minutes. For as great as Norfolk State's been playing defensively, Penn is returning the favor on the other end, getting stops, forcing turnovers.
And this is something, I mean, you follow Mike McLaughlin and his teams over the years. Like we said, the last time these 2 teams met, that was the first of 4 Ivy League banners that Mike McLaughlin's team has put up in the Palestra, and it's because of the plays like this. I'm sorry.
This fourth quarter's felt really long. We're finally under a minute, and it now finally feels like you can exhale if you are the Quakers.
Katie Collins with 5. She'll drive the lane and get called for a travel.
Timeout, Spartans.
And the Spartans are going to call timeout so they can advance it because it's still within reach, 53-48.
Well, no,
5
I think
points.
it's because what we talked about earlier for the
the
Spartans. Correct. For the Spartans, let's keep in mind bigger picture. This is their first actual close game. Everything's been, double digit in terms of 20, 30-point wins or losses because of just the schedule they've had so far. So this is their first chance to really talk through late game, final seconds of regulation. What do you do in this situation? And nothing you do in practice can ever prepare you for moments like this. So I actually love that Coach Woods is doing this. Rather than just letting the clock run out, treat this like it's a close game and work on something that you can execute.
It's going to be interesting indeed as the Spartans will finally head home for a little bit, take on Hampton. Then they're heading right back out on the road. They're back and forth as they go into December at Appalachian State, home against Shaw, at North Carolina A&T, at Georgia Tech, and then back home at Dillard before taking on Campbell. And, let's throw in Ohio State for laughs. And then Elon. So, I mean, both teams got a schedule that you're really going to get into like crazy as they inbound the ball under 30 seconds. Up against Kelly, bouncing around. Loose ball, still with it. The putback, no. And a foul with 18 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, Dan, I do want to highlight to confirm, I had to double check my math, but of all the games deficits in terms of winning or losing, Norfolk State's closest margin, a 24-point win over Virginia State. The next closest margin was a 41-point scoreline. Every game's been 40 points or more in terms of winning or losing of a gap. So by this point in the game, they're sitting back, relaxing, versus now actually being able to game plan for some late down the stretch plays.
A.J. Richardson from the free throw line knocks down the first one. Taking a look at some of the lines for the Spartans. Clinton sitting on 10 points, 12 rebounds, a double-double. Worley, 13 points and 7 boards. And now it's only a 3-point game. Shot clock's off and a foul.
It is only a 3-point game, though. Still in reach. Anything's possible until that clock hits 0.
And a smart foul here to take because it backs him up to the line. The pressure's just coming. Hang on. We might.
I was going to say, it's not over yet.
This is not
We're
over.
talking about next games, and they're still needing to work out of this one.
Gale fights. Foul.
Oh, that is a game changer, and that is the 5th foul.
Found out.
Yes, Jasia Clinton with her 5th foul.
So for 15.9 seconds, Genesis Hill will have to take care of matters. And you can't argue it. I mean, no, the foul's on Hustle. You really can't argue too much with it.
And it's the right foul.
It is. Matea Gale with the ball. She gets across the line. Matea Gale will just curl off at 10 seconds. And now the foul on Gaston. And Matea Gale will go to the line. And the Quakers will drop back and prevent defense. As Brooke Suttle comes in for Tina GK. Great night. On a night for a little bit more of a celebration of the win. Gale seals the deal.
There it is. Just needed to make one of these. Making this a 4-point game does put it out of reach with 9.6 seconds left.
And one more makes that. So a bit of a present for one of the captains. Georgia Heine celebrating her birthday today. And the foul is called as the Quakers take the charge. Once again, it's Brooke Suttle. 4.7 seconds left to go.
And Brooke was literally just subbed into the game during Matea Gale's free throws as well. Comes in, takes the charge.
And they're going to walk it off. Penn's going to come away with their 4th win of the season, 2nd at home. And the Penn score 50.